Here's the lineup for your 2011 Pens Elite.
Number 1, Squishy Evans, St. Killian's Parish School.
Number 12, Maddox Pegley, Todd Wayne Elementary. Number 14, Grayson Baru, and I go to Elwood City School District.
Number 21, Ty Avoya, Fort Charlie Elementary. My number's 24. My name is Andrew Hazelcoat, and I go to Mars Elementary. 28, Hunter Stillwagon, West Mifflin School District.
Number 34, Austin Kumik, Payne Elementary.
47, Isaac Helsel, Knox School.
Number 58, Boyden Yolitz from McCormick Elementary.
Number 61, Ryan Moore, Payne Elementary.
Number 63, Brody Straub, Avalon Elementary.
I'm number 83, Lucas Ashley, and I go to Mars Area School District.
Number 89, Philip Palladino, J.H. Brooks Elementary.
97, Nathan Goldberg, Penn Trafford.
All right, folks, it's about time to get underway again. We are back here in Cranberry Township at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. The training facility of your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite, as well as the 5-time Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins. This will be a 2011 Team Nooch matchup against the Valley Forge Minutemen. These teams are 1-1 against each other this season. 2 games out in Valley Forge earlier this year. They'll play 3 this weekend. Pens are going to look to have a few lineup changes today. They're going to start Stillwagon, Pegley, Lower, with Kumnik and Straub on defense, and your goaltender, the squish tender, number 1, Squishy Evans. Penguins work it into the Valley Forge zone. It's Lower in after it. His centering pass comes off a stick. He'll chase it down in the left wing corner. He's pressured, and out come the Minutemen. It'll be Straub and Kumnik back to defend. Off the boards into the right corner. Kumnik skates in to get it. Plays it to the corner for Straub. Straub off the boards looking for Pegley. Pegley moved up to wing today. Pegley carries it up the left. His first offensive rush of the season, and he's in. Around one, fires a backhand. It's glove down, rebound out front. Following on, Stillwagon unable to tap it in. Pegley gets to the puck, works it to Lure. His shot from outside. Off a glove, dribbles in on net. Another save. Pegley on the puck again. Turning. Unable to get the shot through, but it pops back to Palladino. Penguins get a change on the D-core. Palladino and Baru out. Pegley gets a change for Avolia coming on the ice. Centering pass by Lure for Stillwagon off a stick to the corner. Valley Forge gets possession, and they'll fire it all the way down. And that'll be far enough for icing. .11:43 to play in the period, and the Pens with an offensive zone draw. Everything looks good streaming quality-wise. We got the Zachi, Ulowitz, Avolia line out. Goldberg and Kumnik on D. Battled for in the wall. Ulowitz there. Goldberg will get possession. He tips it towards the middle. Skated into by Valley Forge as they barrel up ice into the offensive zone. Firing one high and over the net of the squish tender. Picked up by Ulowitz behind his own net. The breakout pass looking for Zachi. The pop comes free but cut off by Avolia. He's got a player if he sees him. I don't think he saw him. And it's cut off and kept in the zone by Valley Forge. Now it's Ulowitz. He's around a player at the blue line, and the Pens will carry it up towards the offensive zone. They'll dump and chase from the red line in. It'll be Zachi with the pressure in behind the net. Cleared around the boards. Far enough for Avolia. He'll get to it and try to turn to the middle. It comes off his stick back to Goldberg. He'll play it into the zone, but that'll be an offside play. Valley Forge has some players. They definitely have some shooters on this squad. If we remember from last time, they'll run with 10 skaters. It looks like 2 goaltenders. So it'll be one line, then another. Big 86 going to center for him. He's twice the size of any of the Penguins out there. Won by Valley Forge, but all the way back into their end, and the speedy Hassan Cope in after it. Picks it up in the right wing corner. He's buzzing. Looks for Lore. Comes past him to Palladino. He chips it into the corner, but it gets cut off by Valley Forge and played back out the center. Picked up by Hassan Cope looking for Lore. Ultimately battle on the wall. Still wagging there. Now Straub. Straub cuts in front and defends nicely. Hassan Cope back in to attempt to get to the puck. A centering pass comes free. And 86 is there with the twisted wrister for the first of the game. And Valley Forge gets the early lead in this one. A play from behind the net to open player in the high slot, and his wrist shot beats the squish tender for a 1-0 Valley Forge lead. Ulowitz pressures at the blue line. Tries to move it up ice to Pegley. Forced back into the Pens end by Valley Forge. It'll be Straub back to get it. He'll skate it behind the net. Palladino smacking his stick on the ice. But I don't think that passing lane was there. Straub wraps it around behind. Palladino back in to get it. 86 breaks free. He'll center one. A one-timer sent just wide. Turning shot. This one gobbled up by Squish. He'll get the cover and the face-off. Face-off won by Zachi, but kept at the blue line by Valley Forge. Shot from the point off of a Valley Forge player in front. Gathered in, turning with it, shooting off a stick. Pops free again. That's shot in on net. Gobbled up by Squish and covered. Friends with some early pressure. It's been all Valley Forge for about the last minute or so. Pens will get a forward change here. Still wagging Lure and Avolia. Won by Valley Forge, gathered by Baru. Sent around for Avolia. He's able to deflect it off the boards out the center. Get control for a moment. But back come the Minutemen. Up through center. Into the offensive zone. Firing a howitzer off a post. A big old snapshot. That's clean. That was below the waist. They work it back into the middle, waving at it again, big number 10. But back come the Pens. The speedy Lure up the right. Tries to go around one and does. Pops free to the middle. Turning with it. Avolia sends it just wide. And back come Valley Forge. It'll be Washlick. He's got an older brother who'll play in the game later on tonight. Gathered in by 10. Toe dragged around his teammate, but both go down. Picked up by Stillwagon, and back come the Penguins. Carrying it in is Stillwagon. He's got it in the offensive zone behind the net. Centering pass comes free to Goldberg. His shot blocked out front. Rebound there, cleared by the Minutemen. And they blaze out the center. It'll be, it was a breakaway. Goldberg peels back off a move. Goldberg with a beautiful block shot there. Turning with it 11 right to the stick of Goldberg. He'll find Avolia, but the Pens unable to get out of the zone. Goldberg will be in after it. He's playing D today as the Pens are getting kids time at each position. It pops free. It'll be Lure. Turned over at the Penguins' blue line, but followed on by Stillwagon. Sent for Avolia. Intercepted, and back come the Minutemen again. In onside. That shot. The Squish makes the save. It's off the glove, then off the crossbar. Lower will carry on. No further than the blue line. Keeping it in again, the Minutemen. Piling the pressure on the Penguins here early. Work to the blue line. Now to the half wall. Driving off the half wall. Protecting. Coming to the middle. Firing one. Pops free to 86 and squished there for a stop. First one, second one. He gets them all. And it ends up underneath him. Not sure how he ended up keeping those out. Face off to the right of Squish. Won by the Pens. Circled up the half wall. Cut off by Valley Forge. They keep it in the zone and play it into the left corner. Palladino back to get it. He throws one off the boards to the point. Kept there. Centering pass to the high forward. Pops free. Wide open Valley Forge player. He toe drags one. Squish there for one. Squish there for two. Puck centered again. Right in the feet. High slot. Battled off by Palladino. Sent the other way off Zachi's stick. Now it'll be Straub gathering it in. He falls down on the sidewall and Valley Forge will take possession. Still in the Penguin zone. It's been all Valley Forge here lately. That pass cut off by Palladino, unable to get it out. Turning the shot off a skate. Cleared again, this time by Zachi. For Palladino, skating into it. Hasenkope. He had a big rush earlier in the game, and he'll get the puck again at center. Plays it between the legs of Ulowitz. Up to the blue line. Sent back into the right wing corner. Valley Forge back to get it behind their own net. They reverse. Hasenkope wins that race, right wing corner. Uses his body to protect the puck nicely. Plays it on for Ulowitz. Ulowitz behind the net, his centering pass. Cut off by Valley Forge and cleared. Skating back to it, Baru. He'll turn and fire one up. And it's all Penguins in behind. Ulowitz gets there. He'll look to center it off his stick, looking for Hasenkope in front. But it'll be in the left corner. Ulowitz again centering pass. Nobody home but blue Valley Forge jerseys. Turning it. Hasenkope there to fire a shot though on the turnover. Back in front, Hasenkope again, knocked down. Puck underneath and it's in! The Pens battle, and I believe it will be Johnny on the spot. Ulowitz from the side of the net. Gets in and pokes at it. It is Ulowitz on the left wing side. Sorry, I forgot to throw the replay up, guys. Puck came from behind the net. It was turned over. Hasenkope fired it wide. The Pens got control though. Centered it. Scramble in front, and the Pens tie it at 1. Face off at center, won by Valley Forge. They wind it up and carried it into the zone. He'll fire. Squish gets there with the glove. Cleared by Kumnik. But not out. Turning with it, Valley Forge. Lure there. Pegley there. Comes back to Kumnik. He'll play it right back for Lore. Cut off again by Valley Forge. Kept in the offensive zone. 5:11 to play. Lore will carry it out of the Penguins' end. He'll chase it down on the left wing side. Played back no further than Pegley. Pegley looks. He goes around one. Bodied hard. He goes down, grabs his head. Hope he's okay. He'll get back up. No stick, but he'll stay in the play. Coming into the offensive zone. Carrying around one. Now two. In all by himself. Firing high and wide. Valley Forge keeps it in. Sends it in behind the Penguins' net. It'll be Kumnik in after it. He'll battle on the wall. In the corner. Centering pass. Comes the whole way through. A nice save by Squish. Still wagging it after it. But Valley Forge will possess, get control, trying to wrap it around. Throws it the whole way across the crease there. Valley Forge gets it again, right wing corner. Played up to the point. Not out, not yet anyway. Lure there, now Pegley. Kept in by Valley Forge, stepping into it. Firing one just outside the glove hand side. Valley Forge with more big pressure. It'll be Pegley carrying up the center though, left side. He's able to get it into the zone onside. Oh, that's a tough call. They're saying Lure offsides on the play. But the face-off just outside the Valley Forge blue line. Valley Forge in blue for game 1. With the big gold Michigan-style M on the front. Blue pants with gold stars and gold and white stripes. Blue socks with gold and white stripes. As they enter the Penguin zone. Baru defending. Carried to the right side. kept wide by Baru and Ulowitz. Baru ends up with it right corner, and he'll skate. He's pressured, though, and that puck pops off of his stick. Valley Forge gets control, centering high slot. They'll shoot one in low. Squish with the save. He got the first one, but nobody had the rebounder. And he's able to tap it past for a 2-1 lead. Valley Forge finding that high slot area. First shot came in, and Valley Forge able to find the rebound on that one. 3:35 to play. 2-1 Minutemen. Face off there, gathered in by Valley Forge. Knocked off his stick by Palladino, and it'll be Zacci into the offensive zone. He's cut off before he gets there, and back come the Minutemen. Battle on the wall, and we'll keep at it. Finally pops free. Around Baru into the offensive zone. A 2-on-1 develops. Around the defender. Firing, and there's Squish with the glove. See if we get that replay. All right, I'm on the replay thing now. Play came around both the Pens defenders, and that shot might have been headed wide, but Squish found it with the glove anyway. Puck face off, knocked in behind the Penguin zone, gathered by Kumnik. Played up to the blue line, cut off by Washlick. He sends it into the left corner. Lower there, he's knocked down, and back come the Minutemen. Pressure from Stillwagon forces it to center, and Hassan copes there. But it'll be right back in by Valley Forge, a 1-on-1. Firing a shot up high and over the cage. Gathered by Lohr, he'll try to exit the zone. But he's cut off, he picks it up on the other side. Nice play there. Good bit of stick handling. He passes it to Stillwagon. They run a give and go, and Lohr's got a little bit of speed down the side. He centers one off the goalie in front. Cleared to the blue line and out. All the way down. It's icing if it's far enough. And it is right over the FedEx logo here at the Lemieux Sports Complex. FedEx rink. Face-off will come the whole way back left side of the Valley Forge goalie. Your Penguins in gold today with the Penguin logo on the chest. Black pants with gold stripes, gold socks with black stripe, and those iconic gold Pittsburgh Penguins elite helmets. Zacci, Ulowitz, and Pegley up front. Palladino and Straub, your defense core. Cleared all the way down again by Valley Forge, and we'll have another icing. So we'll try it all over again. So a few seconds later, we'll do it again. Zacci on the draw, wins it back for Ulowitz. In his feet, he turns with it. Looks, fires. That puck will be chopped at and gobbled up. Oh, the rebound's still loose. And the Pens are in after it. Chipped to the right wing corner. Cleared back in front. And covered. We'll set it back up. 2:04 to play. In period number 1, 2-1 Valley Forge. Up come the Minutemen, left side. Trying to exit the zone, and they will. It's off the stick of a wing, but they chip it right back to him, and they're in onside. Penguins get there and turn it back the other way. It'll be Avolia. He chases it down on the wall. Valley Forge will turn it back to the middle, send it all the way across, and on the right wing side, they skate it into the offensive zone. They go around the defender, looking, firing. Squish gets it, and it goes just wide. Came around the defender, created a 2-on-1, and that shot fought off by Squish. Pops free to Straub. Straub up the left side. He loses control, turning back into the middle. The sticks of the Penguin D dislodge the puck, and back comes Lorzy. He's buzzing up the right side. Tries to go around one. Nice stick there. And Valley Forge will turn it right back at the Penguins. It'll be a 3-on-2. But looks like we're going to have our first penalty of the game. Looks like maybe a trip, perhaps, against 89 Palladino. And the Pens will head to the PK. Goldberg, Baru on D. Ulowitz and Hassan cope your forwards. Ulowitz taps the draw forward. Hasenkope skates into it. He's around one. Can he get there? He will. He's hauled down. And we may have a penalty shot, folks. Nope, it'll be a trip. Oh, a hook. We'll call a hook. He got by. He had a step. I don't know. That's a tough call. I think with the penalty already on the board, they're going to go for the penalty and make it a 4-on-4 situation for a minute 52. Pens will keep the same 4 on the ice. Ulowitz on the draw. Into the right corner for Valley Forge. They clear it up, but Baru will cut it off at the blue line. Pens get possession. He tries to go around one and will do so, playing it to the right corner. Ulowitz gets there, looks for Hasenkope, finds him. He sends one towards the net. It's cut off by the Valley Forge defense. They try to chip it out. It'll be cut off by Goldberg, though. He'll turn it into the offensive zone, and he'll fire one hard off the logo on the chest. Pens will get a line change here. Nice job by that group. They went out to kill a penalty. They ended up evening things up. The Pens will get Zachi, Lohr, Straub, and Kumnik on the ice. Face off won by Valley Forge behind their own net. They look to reverse it. That'll be cut off by Valley Forge, and Kumnik will get there. He'll get possession in the offensive zone. He turns with it. Loses control in the right corner, and Valley Forge will try the left-hand side this time. Stepping up on it now, Straub. Straub gets there. Pops it free. It comes to Lohr. He tries to go around the defender, and it's knocked off his stick. But Zachi's stick there to send it back to Lohr. Lohr back to Zachi, and that horn will end the first period. 57 seconds left on the Palladino penalty, and 1:06 remaining on the Valley Forge. Face off one forward into the offensive zone. Pop three and firing a shot up over the net. Lohr carries it up the right, moves it to Zachi. Zachi into the offensive zone. Valley Forge catches their mistake of only starting 3, adds the 4th. They played about 15 seconds with 3 players. It pops free to Baru. He finds Zachi. Zachi turns and fires one, but it's cut off by the Valley Forge defender. Played all the way around. It'll be gathered by Goldberg on his backhand. He turns to the forehand. He looks, finds Baru. Baru heads up and fires off the shin pad of a defender, and back comes Valley Forge. Tipped out to the center. They look to carry it in. Lohr on the back check, able to get back. He falls to his knees. It's underneath him. And it pops free. Valley Forge will get control. Now Lohr. Lohr will try to exit the zone. Carries to the middle, gets by. He's got Zachi with him if he hurries. Carried to the right. Lohr in, on sides. He fires and scores! Ryan Lord from his own end got control after the puck was in his feet. He was able to get around 2 players right around the blue line. A one-on-one move to the forehand. He is shaking bacon magic, making with a wrist shot to the glove hand side. And we've tied the game at 2. $11:57 to play. It's 5-on-5 hockey now. Stillwagon, Pegley, Ulowitz, Kumnik, and Straub, the 5 for the Pens. Moved up to Ulowitz on the wing. He carries into the offensive zone. Tries to go around one. He's bodied. No call. It'll be worked up by Valley Forge. Not out yet. Pegley there with pressure. Valley Forge will get free, though, and get it out the center. Stillwagon able to skate into it on a back check and carry it into the offensive zone. He looks to cut to the middle. Throws one towards the net. Fought off by the goalie. Sent to the half wall where it's cut off by Pegley. Pegley steps in. Tries to go around one. Knocked off his stick. There's Kumnik to dislodge it. And Straub to pick it up. He'll play it off the wall at center ice. Sent back by Valley Forge. Sent back again by Straub as we go back and forth until the Minutemen go in offsides. 2-2 game. Pens will get a line change here. 11:07 to play. We'll have a face-off just outside the Penguin blue line. The offside call on Valley Forge, won by Zachi. Baru skates into it. Fires one up the wall, looking for the breakout pass to Lore. It's cut off by Valley Forge, but there's Palladino to lift it back out to center. It'll be Avolia giving chase. Into play. A nice play by the Valley Forge goalie to clear that out. As a goalie dad, I know exactly how hard that is. Baru gets control. He sends it into the middle. He's knocked down after the play, and back comes Valley Forge. Palladino back. He'll get control. He'll fire it up the left wing side. No one home for the Pens, but nobody home for Valley Forge either. Ultimately, Valley Forge gets to it in the corner. Plays it around the wall, working the breakout, turning off the wall. But Baru there to pick it off. He'll send it back into the corner. Can Avolia get there? He will get there, but not before Valley Forge is able to play it behind their net. Up the half wall for Palladino. He sends it into the middle looking for Avolia. Cut off nicely by the Valley Forge defender. And a breakout pass, and he's in all alone. Number 10 for Valley Forge. Looks, fires. There's the squash with the glove serve. And a beauty. The glove and the squish tender. Baru gives him taps. He's got to get up ice. Avolia carries to the outside. Throws a backhander high and over the net. Palladino chases it down. Worked out the center. It's cut off by Hassenkope. He'll play it into the right corner. Pens will get a line change behind the play. It'll be Ulowitz with the pressure. Hassenkope now in after it on the right. He gets possession. Looks, turns off the stick of Ulowitz right to Pegley. His shot blocked out front. Pegley will get it back. Turns with it. He's knocked to the ice. He'll get back up, but back come the Minutemen. Trying to dangle at the blue line. It comes off his stick right to Kumnik. Kumnik will play it up the center. Second attempt gets through. Valley Forge will get control, but a turnover right to Pegley. Pegley will have Ulowitz behind him on the rush. He'll fire one off the back side of the defender. Pops free, rebound loose. Hassenkope sends it just wide. Diving for the puck in the corners, Hassenkope. Valley Forge gets control, and they play it to the vacated left defense corner. But Kumnik will pick it up at center. The Pens will regroup. He comes left to right. He's around one. He gains the offensive zone. Right wing side. Carries in. He's got Pegley going to the net. Kumnik will fire off the glove side. I think he got it with his stick, though. Nice save by the goalie. Kumnik will get there again. Right corner. Now he'll retreat as the Penguins get offensive zone pressure. Played up but not out. Stopped by Goldberg. Goldberg plays it in for Ulowitz. He centers for Hassenkope. And we get a whistle. We have a player down. Grabbing his head, so that was a good whistle by the referee to stop play here.
That was an awesome save.
Valley Forge's coach is out along with the official. Penguins usually have a trainer here. But I don't see one coming out. The training room is actually off to our right in the back corner under the suites for the Penguins brass as they watch practices. General managers, assistant general managers, team owners and such. Face-off will be to the left of the Valley Forge goalie. 8:29 to play of a tie game here. Period number 2. From the Lemieux Center in Cranberry Township. It is Stillwagon on the draw, won by Valley Forge. They carried him behind their net. A reversal, nice reversal by Valley Forge as they clear it up the wall. It'll get past the stick of Palladino, and Straub will get there. Straub will play it back, but right to a Valley Forge player. Luckily, there's a Volia to cut in. He'll play it up looking for Lohr. It's taken off of his stick, but a Volia right there. Another game of catch on the wall. This time it comes back to Palladino. 3 Penguins kind of waiting at center. And the puck will get picked off, sent back in on Squish. He'll deflect it in behind the net. Straub back to get it. Turning it around for Palladino. We'll try it again. This time Straub off the side of Palladino. Carried up the right and worked out of the zone nicely by Straub. Straub gets it to Lohr. Lohr tosses it up for Avolia. Penguins get some pressure from Stillwagon, but Valley Forge comes away with it. Turning it center. There's the stick of Avolia. We go back and forth at center as Valley Forge will ultimately bring it into the offensive zone, carrying it with speed. Around 2 or 3 Penguins falling to the ice of defenseman, but he's able to work it in behind. It'll be Stillwagon getting there. Stillwagon for the Pens, right side, off the boards to Avolia. Pens get out of their own end, and they look for the Valley Forge zone. Avolia cuts to the middle, carries it through, knocked off his stick at the last second. Played over to the boards, but right to Zachy. He's got a cannon, he fires it just wide. Valley Forge familiar with cannons. That's where the Washington's troops stayed. The national park there now. Will be brought on by Goldberg. He weaves through a couple, works at the Lohr. Pens are in on sides with a 3-on-1. Working it across. Great pass. There's Pegley. His shot fought off and stopped. A beautiful pass. I believe that was Ryan Lohr up the right side. Looks and finds Pegley, but a better save. And we stay tied at 2 with 6:38 to play. We get a goalie change for the Penguins. We'll have 47 Isaac Housel in a 2-2 game. Zachy on the draw, wins it. Pegley gets control. Valley Forge now tries to clear. Cut off by Baru. Baru plays it back for Pegley. It'll be in the corner. Ulowitz will be in to get it now. Battle in the corner. Turning it. Just out of the reach of Pegley, but there's Baru. Baru chips it forward to Pegley. Pegley looks to the middle, looking to dish it off. He's got a couple teammates. Finds the high slot where it's Goldberg. Just pops off his stick. Zachy there to get control and send it back in, though. Ulowitz in the corner. Penguins doing a good job of moving the puck and covering for their defense. That was Zachy at the blue line keeping it in. Now up ice blazes number 10 into the offensive zone. Back checking is Pegley. A big back check pokes the puck free. And it'll be Goldberg with it. He's got some room. Left-hand side. He'll challenge the middle. Carries it in. Looks to shoot. Or actually dish. He looks for Ulowitz. It pops off his stick to the right wing corner. Goldberg in after it. He'll play it around to the opposite side. Penguins getting a bit of a line change here. Pegley covering for Goldberg at the point. Again, good awareness. The Penguins definitely working on puck movement and hockey awareness, and it's showing in this one so far. In behind Ulowitz. He'll turn. Look to center. Gathered in behind. Valley Forge tries to clear, but Hassenkope will get there with a stick lift. He'll get tied up, but Goldberg will send it right back to him. Pens D getting a change. Hassenkope in the corner. He maintains possession again. It's like a yo-yo, and it centers for Ulowitz. He's knocked down in front and cleared by Valley Forge. Off to the wall. Thrown up off the boards and cleared out of what was a very hot Valley Forge kitchen. It'll be Ulowitz in his own end. He jumps out over the blue line, sends it forward to Lohr. Lohr skates into it. Right side, looking. He's cut off, and back come the Minutemen. Valley Forge will carry up the left, trying to cut him off. Straube. Nice job to get in front, but he chokes it right past. On the backhand, that's fought off by Helsel. In after it, Straub, turning with it, off the pads of Helsel. A couple dandies there for the Pens goalie. Lohr in after it, he falls. Valley Forge gets control. Firing from outside, blocked in front by Straub and cleared nicely to the wall. Gathered there by Valley Forge, they come off the wall, firing one, and Helsel will be the better. Off the logo on front, covered, held, and with 4:09 to play, it's a 2-2 game. 3:47 in the afternoon, 4:09 on the clock. Period number 2, a 2-2 game. Face-off won by Valley Forge, shot just off the outside of the cage. That young man can shoot a puck. Cleared to the blue line, no further. Pens pinned in a little bit here. Baru in behind to get it. He'll play it around for the half wall. Lohr challenges there. He'll get control. Tries to throw it up off the boards. Down goes a Valley Forge player. On comes Hassenkope. Turn to the middle for Lohr. Lohr will get it and fly up ice. He's up the right. Challenges the defender. Picks it up on the other side. Has a volley in front. He shoots one high off the glove side. Rebound comes free to Hassenkope. Now Palladino. Palladino fans on the first shot. Sends it to the middle, and back come the Minutemen. Back checking Hassenkope on the other side. Valley Forge into the zone. On sides to the left wing corner. Picked up there by Baru on defense. He'll turn and head up ice. He's got some space. He'll carry it with speed. He's flying. He might be able to beat him around the outside. He cuts to the middle. Fakes the outside, cuts to the middle. Play by the goalie right up the middle. What a play. That young man can play a puck. That's impressive. On come Valley Forge. One-on-one with Palladino. Back checking is Lohr. Played to the right corner. Turning out of it. Off the shoulder of Helsel into the corner. Valley Forge the first ones to the puck. They played in behind the net. Wrapped around to the right side now. Gathered in there. Looking, coming off the wall. Penn's defense kind of standing around. Played in front. A big save and cover by Helsel in front. 2:42 to play. Helsel tracked that well. Got it with the pad, but even more impressively was able to get the glove on top. Keeping the biscuit out of the basket and keeping this one tied at 2. D-zone draw for the Pens. Face-off won by Valley Forge, but picked off by Pegley. He's unable to exit the zone. Valley Forge will center it again. It bounces free. Shot fired and he'll score. From the high slot, it popped out and ended up on the stick of a Valley Forge forward who was able to find the high blocker side and break the tie. 3-2, Valley Forge leads. Stillwagon, Pegley, Ulowitz up front. Goldberg and Kumnik on D. Penguins will end up with the draw. Pegley up the left. Stopped at the blue line, but gathered by Goldberg. He'll try the right. He's in on sides. Valley Forge player loses his stick. Goldberg fires one high and wide. Ulowitz gets there. Now Pegley. Pegley tries to play it forward to Ulowitz, but it'll come back to Goldberg instead. He drives the middle, throws one 5-hole. Nice save there off the Valley Forge stick at the blue line and brought in by Kumnik. Right wing corner now. Pens are activating those defense. Kumnik in behind, stopping, looking, turning. 3 Penguins in front. That shot. And we got 2 rebounds and a whistle. And it looks like we're going to have a tripperoo. Penguins with some pressure in front. They got to spread those guys out right in front of the net. 3 kind of standing in a triangle there. One of them needs to cover that point. Pens will have Zachi, Avolia, and Lure up front. Straub and Palladino on the D. Tripping call on 17 for Valley Forge, and the Pens will head to the 7th Fields Wealth Management power play. Face off into the right corner. Lure there. Now Valley Forge will get possession and they'll come out. Cross ice pass. Makes it a one-on-one. And around into the defender. Nice work by the Pens defense there. Straube turns him around. It'll come free to Zachi. But taken right back by Valley Forge. Left wing side. Puck gathered. Sent towards the net. Blocked by the stick of a Penguin. Up ice Avolia. Zachi with the puck. Zachi will carry to the left. They'll get in on sides. Penguins will look to set up this power play. Shot from Zachi off the shoulder of a Valley Forge player. Avolia back in to get it. He's tied up in the corner, but that support from the Penguins. There comes Lure. Plays it back for Avolia. Avolia behind the net. Stops, starts on the backhand. Looking to come around, finds Lure. Lure taps it just wide, blocked out front, but he's right back on it. Throws it to the net. Avolia there, but it's cleared to the back by the goalie. Avolia with it in behind, looking, plays it off the wall, tries to come out from behind. He'll try a wraparound, and it'll be stopped and covered. Pens with some power play pressure. 52 seconds left to play in the power play. 42 on the game clock. So unless they score, there'll be 10 seconds of power play to carry over to period number 2 for Pittsburgh. A 3-2 Valley Forge lead. Hassencope to take the draw. Turning, getting possession. There's Ulowitz. He'll send one just across the ice. Penguins, Pegley will chase it down, play it in behind for Ulowitz. Valley Forge gets there first. They clear, but no further than Pegley. He'll throw one at the net. It's blocked out front, and back come the Minutemen. Around the one defender. Into the offensive zone, shorthanded, but it's cut off by Pegley, and back come the Penguins. Hassencope has Ulowitz and Goldberg, and now Baru skates into a little bit of trouble, but the puck's still free. Baru gets possession, centers off Ulowitz and cleared, and that probably will end the period. 2-1, and that horn will end the second period. Pens will have 10 seconds left on the power play. A second period that has Valley Forge leading 3-2. Period played to a 1-1 tie. So the Pens will look to break that tie here. Or, I'm sorry, Pens will look to come back. Down a goal. Oh, sorry, we're back underway here. I was on mute. Penguins into the offensive zone. Shot by Avolia just wide. Pens had about 10 seconds worth of power play there. That's now wound off the clock. We got 12:30 left in this one from UPMC. It's Kumnik with the puck. from the point, carries into the right corner. Plays it off the boards, looks in front, just past the stick of Avolia, but it comes out to Straub. His shot, oh, he'll pass it. Nice pass to Zachy. He's pressured, and back comes Valley Forge, though. Valley Forge in on a breakaway. Around one, and able to wrist it up over the glove hand side of Housel to make it 4-3. Puck pressured at the blue line, and it just squirts free. Little celebration there by the Valley Forge player, less than appreciated by some of the Penguins, who I think let him know that. At center ice, cooler heads prevail. And Stillwagon plays it in for Hassenkope. He dangles in the offensive zone. It's turned back by Valley Forge for the point. And cleared. Baru gets control. He carries to the left side. Valley Forge will get control and send it all the way down into the Penn's end. No icing here. No icing as it is. Was tipped by a Penguin stick on the way down. Pegley gets possession, and he'll come out of the Penguin end and carry it up into the Valley Forge zone. But Hassenkope was offsides at the blue line, and he's going to get a penalty for shooting it after the whistle. So it'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Pegley for shooting the puck after the whistle. And the Penguins will head back to the penalty kill here. Down by 2. Faceoffs will be just outside the Valley Forge blue line. Faceoff won by Valley Forge, carried into the offensive zone. Gathered by Baru, sent up for Avolia. Avolia will get it into the Valley Forge end of the ice on short-handed. It comes off a Valley Forge player. Baru was going to go after it, but smartly on the PK resists. He'll end up in a battle at center, and he'll get control now. Baru possesses. He'll look to drive it forward. Makes a pass looking for Lure. Hops over his stick to Valley Forge, and they send it to the right side. Palladino, the first one in after the puck. Gets possession, turns it back up, but cut off by Valley Forge at the blue line. Avolia gets in the play, but it's knocked off the stick and cleared by Baru this time. Ty Avolia will get possession. He'll take it into the offensive zone. Johnny on the spot there. Picked off by Valley Forge, brought the other way. Lure with some pressure. He's able to prevent the initial zone entry, but Valley Forge will get possession and get it into the left corner. Goldberg gets it there. He goes up ice. He's around one to the right. Carries into the middle. Fights off 2 players, finds Avolia backdoor, and it hops over his stick. Short-handed, nice feed there by Goldberg. Now it'll be Avolia getting it. He comes into the middle. He'll fire one. It's knocked off of his stick, though. And back comes Valley Forge. Goldberg caught up ice, and it'll be a 2-on-1. Lure back checking, able to get back, and he'll get the missed shot in the corner. Valley Forge will turn it back the other way, but there's Kumnick. Kumnick heads up ice himself. Left side. Carries a ground one, and Avolia is 3 steps off sides. I don't think he saw the blue line. Looks like Penguin players might be yelling at each other. That's not a good sign. Heads trail 4-2. Faceoff will come outside of the Penguins' blue line. It'll be Zachy, Ulowitz, Goldberg, and Kumnick. Faceoff won by Valley Forge. Cut off nicely by Ulowitz. Pegley out of the penalty box. Penguins penalty over. They kill that one off. Pegley will go in after it. Picked up by Valley Forge, carried in behind. Wheeled around to the right corner. Penguins defense able to keep it in. But Valley Forge will get possession. They'll come out. A 1-on-1 move forced to the outside by the back-checking Pegley and the defenseman Kumnik. Picked up by Zachi, carried behind the net. He's cut off. Can he get the clear up to Ulowitz? It'll be battled for. It ultimately comes free to Goldberg, and he'll get it to Ulowitz, and he'll take off up the right. He carries it in. He's on sides. He's got Zachi with him. Looks to him. Gets it there. Onto the forehand, backhand, and just sent wide in a humanity of sticks there. Goldberg tries to cut off the pass. Nice play by him. Volia covers nicely at the blue line. It keeps it for a second, but back comes Valley Forge. Goldberg in the way with a couple nice plays on the back check there. And we have an offside play. And a Valley Forge player down at the blue line. Yeah, Penguins do have their traders here. I thought they would. And he looks to be okay. He's up, and he'll head back to the Valley Forge bench. Face-off will come outside of the Penguin zone here. The play was offsides. Stillwagon, Hassenkope, Volia. Straub and Palladino on the back end. Helsel in net. 8:19 to play. Hassenkope into the offensive zone. He's got Stillwagon with him. Battle on the wall. Bumped forward, but back comes Valley Forge. They play it around Palladino. He'll do a great job getting back and getting to it. Played to the blue line, sent in just wide. Straub, the first one there. He's got a little bit of space. He turns and looks. He sends one into the middle for Palladino. Penguins run a center breakout there. Nice job, Palladino up to Hassenkope. Hassenkope will come in. He's cut off, but it's still into the Valley Forge zone. Hassenkope right back on it. Centers one. Finds Stillwagon. He fires at the net. And it's gobbled up by the Valley Forge tender. Held on to in an offensive zone draw. Pens trail 4-2 in this one. Much different than the shootouts we had in Valley Forge earlier this year. I think those games were 9-6 and 8-7. Zachi to take the draw. Popped forward by Zachi, gathered by Valley Forge. He's in after it. The breakout cut off by Pegley. He's got the puck. Works it into the left corner. Stops and looks. Centers. Tried to get it through two Valley Forge players. The second one able to cut it off and clear, but no further than Goldberg. He'll fire one to the net. That's cut off as well, and back come Valley Forge. Lure on the back check, plays it forward. Pressure coming from Goldberg. And a battle at the blue line. Cleared to the right side where Valley Forge has a wing waiting. Into the offensive zone. Carrying wide, cut off by two Penguins. Puck in behind now. Battled for. Valley Forge comes out with it, sends it to the middle. Goldberg cuts it off and he'll come up ice. 1-on-2, carries to the right side. Around one, around two, cuts into the middle, fires a backhander just wide. In after it, Baru. But back comes Valley Forge now. Baru on the back check, able to cut it off. Laurel get there. He'll challenge 1-on-2. He's got speed though. Carries to the right. Loses it for a second, gains control, fires it in, and that's stopped and held as well. 6:21 to play. Penguins getting some offensive chances here, trying to get the comeback. It'll be Stillwagon, Ulowitz, Avolia, Kumnik and Straub. Face-off won by Valley Forge. Pressure coming though from Avolia and Ulowitz. Pops free to Avolia. He sends one towards the net. Cut off by Valley Forge's defense, and they'll look to reverse. Ulowitz will be there. Battle the right wing side. He'll come away with it. Dangles one. Looks. Plays it to the point. Nice read there to Kumnick. Kumnick protects and plays it back, looking for Stillwagon. That's ultimately gathered and sent right back up by Valley Forge. But a nice read in the corner there to play it back to the point man. This will be Straub getting to it. He plays it up for Stillwagon. His pass for Ulowitz cut off. And Valley Forge will counter into the offensive zone. Around one. A nice backhand dish. Puck loose in front, turning around off of Helsel and cleared by Ulowitz. Backhand sauce pass by the Valley Forge forward on the rush. That centering pass sent just wide. Pens will get to the rebound. It's Straub. He plays it, passing for Kumnick. He's cut off. Now Ulowitz, it comes free again. Backhander wide. That rebound, nice diving across with the pads is Helsel. I'm not sure if it got through, but he was right there if it did. Penguins enter the zone, but they will be a step off sides. And with 5 minutes left, Penguins trail 4-2 in this one. Zachi, Hassenkope, Pegley, Baru, Palladino. Comes back, Baru there. He passes it for Pegley. Pegley moves it forward, looking for Zachi. Penguins are in on sides. In behind the net, set up by Valley Forge, but Hassenkope in there first, turns it looking for Zachi. His pass just past Zachi, but he'll play it back behind. He was looking for Hassenkope, but Valley Forge will get it and clear. Baru will take possession at center. He controls there, but it's turned right over. In comes Valley Forge, a multitude of Penguins back, and a shove from behind into the boards. And we'll have another Penguin penalty. And this one will be Baru. 14 Baru with a bit of quite a bit of a shove there along the boards. And it will be a board. So it'll be a 2-minute minor and a 10-minute misconduct for boarding. So that'll end the game for Grayson Baru with 4:24 to play. And Valley Forge player is up. It's a good sign. The 2-minute on Baru will be served by Straub. Penguins unaware of what's going on. It will be Straub serving the 2. Defensive zone draw for the Penguins. To the right of Helsel. Trailing by 2. Almost half the time would be spent on the penalty kill here unless Valley Forge scores. It'll be Zachi, Lore, Avolia, and Palladino. Shot comes in. Rebound sits out front, and it's sent. Oh, I believe Helsel got a piece of that. Into the right corner is Valley Forge. Carrying in behind. Trying to wrap it around. Cut off by Lore. And the Pens will clear to the wall. Can Lure exit the zone? He'll go off the boards, and he does not get out of the zone. Back comes Valley Forge. 2-on-2. Shot sent wide of Helsel. Picked up there by Palladino. Carried in behind. Palladino trying to clear the zone. It's cut off by Valley Forge. And the Pens are able to clear. Puck out at center, but carried right back in. Now it's a 3-on-1. Pens had 3 players on the penalty kill. Up ice. Penguins with 3 players up over the offensive side of the puck. when it was turned over, and Valley Forge had a 3-on-1 into the zone. And a half nice little snapshot, completely legal below the waist. He's able to beat Helsel to the blocker side. So that'll end the Penguins' 2-minute penalty. Baru will still be in there for the rest of the game. Played in behind the Valley Forge net by Ulowitz, still wagging in to get it. Pass sent around. Kumnik will get there. Take it into the right side. Cutting into the middle. Fires one low and wide. Pegley gets there. Ulowitz comes away with it. Now for Stillwagon. Back for Kumnik. Just over the blue line, and the Pens will regroup. Over for Pegley, left side. He'll gain the offensive zone. Left half wall chipped up by Valley Forge and over the stick of Goldberg, gathered by Kumnik. 2:52 to play. Kumnik into the offensive zone, carries to the right, on the backhand, flips it to the forehand, tries the 5-hole, and it is stopped and held. Offensive zone draw for the Pens. One forward by Zacci. Just past the stick of Avolia, but kept by Straub. He's pressured. And back comes Valley Forge. The back-checking Pens are trying to even it up, and Will, centering pass, cut off by Strawby, and out he comes. Played and passed nicely to Avolia. He challenges a Valley Forge defender. Valley Forge will turn it back the other way, but the Penguins toss it in. Avolia hadn't been able to clear the zone yet, and we'll have an offside play. Face off to come outside of the Penguin blue line. Zacci on the draw, won by Valley Forge. They carried in the offensive zone. A little interference on the left between the defenders. Popping free. Helsel equal to this task, though. Hassenkope gets there, moves it to Palladino. He passes it forward right between the legs of Avoli, and he picks it up. Nice job there. Carries to the right side. Around one, turns to the forehand, hit shot, gets up and over the blocker side. Ty Avolia from the right side will find the back of the net. Kind of flipped it over the blocker, came to the backhand side, able to pull it back to the forehand, where he's able to get a lot more on it and pick a corner, and it's 5-3. Pens trail by 2, just under 2 to play, 1:56. Kumnik gets there, turns with it, goes off the wall for Hassenkope. He'll carry into the offensive zone. Around the defender, a little delay there, nice job. He looks to play it back to the point, but there's a Valley Forge player in the way. Kumnik pressures the point, Valley Forge able to send it cross ice and exit the zone. Now they'll move into the offensive zone. A shot from outside, wide of the cage. Picked up behind by Hassenkope. He'll turn sharply and carry back out the middle. He goes around one, and it comes free to Zacci. Sent back for Goldberg. He'll try to go around one. Tied up on the wall by 2 Valley Forge players. Kumnik will get possession. He carries behind his own net. Now it'll be his turn to try. He'll carry around the right. Last minute of play in the third period. Kumnik into the offensive zone. Poked off his stick. And just past that is Zacci. Hassenkope will back check as Valley Forge breaks free. His back check able to disrupt the shot nicely. Helsel there for the save. Turned back up to Zacci. Zacci tries to play it off the wall. Gathered by Kumnik. Kumnik cut off at the Pens blue line. And in comes 86 carrying, firing. Helsel there for the stop. Rebound Valley Forge. Now pop the rebound past the stick side. First shot, save. Second shot on the rebound. Able to beat Helsel to the short side. He was out challenging. That was a nice and a tough angle shot by that young man to squeak that one in. 6-3 Valley Forge. 30 seconds left to play in the period. It's still wagging on the draw. Won by the Pens, but carried in by Valley Forge now. Cut off by Stillwagon. Shot in from the outside. Nice save by Helsel. And Lure will get to it. Lure up the right. He gets around, but he loses control briefly. Penguins are in offsides. And with 10 seconds left, face off at the neutral zone. Still wagging on the draw. Won by Valley Forge. Moved forward. Cutting into it, Lure. Lure carries into the offensive zone. About 3 seconds remaining. Valley Forge turns that rush away. That'll end the game. A 6-3 win for the Valley Forge Minutemen. Join us again later on this evening, as these two teams will match up in the 7 o'clock hour. Not sure if it's 7 or 20 minutes after exactly what time it is. The 2010s will also be on, so please make sure you get the right feed if you're catching the 11s game. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us. This has been a Cinnamon Swirl production. Cameraman Zach Pegley, and your announcer, the voice of the Pens Elite, Jeremy Evans.